All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again. Going 2 for 2. Just got done with Michigan. Now we are at the infamous Chicagoland. Race information right here for you. The weather outside 77 degrees. The humidity is 46%. Partly cloudy, 2-mile-an-hour winds. The track is 1.53 miles. The track temp is 79 degrees with an altitude of 662 feet. Boom. As we're sitting, that 8 car is sweet. Look how clean that car is. And I am a Toyota fan. I like my Toyotas. As they're getting around qualifying here, Retchen has the fastest lap at 30.33. Ooh, Jerry Culver comes up and takes that second spot away. Ran a lap at 30.38. Larry Yon comes out at 30.39. Literally, between him and Jerry, one was at 30.38, one was at 30.39. That's how close it is. One little slip up during qualifying laps here, and it can knock you back down a spot. Sometimes it can knock you down 2, 3, 4 positions. So these guys are going to keep going around the track, trying to get everything they possibly can out of their cars. No one wants to start in the back here. We are going to have a decently large field, just like we did our last race. So that's coming to you. This recruitment race is brought to you by ChopShop. They are a premier iRacing league. You can look in the description at ChopShop TV in the description below and see the Discord link. You can see the website link, and you can see the link to Facebook. You could join any one of those, reach out to anybody, say anything, and somebody will get with you and help you get lined out on how to join. You can just join our Discord, come in here and, you know, shoot the stuff with us, and, you know, hang out, see if you like what we got going on, and decide from there. We are going to be doing a few more of these races tonight as the night dwindles down. I'm on the East Coast, so it's almost 11 o'clock here. And typically, when the East Coast gets a little later in the day, you start seeing iRacing dwindle down a little bit, you know, as it goes across the United States. Okay, let's take a gander at our starting grid for this evening. Up front, we have Jason Fessler starting first. He ran a 30.248, and then Retchen starting in second was just 0.87 off of him. Starting third, Jerry Culver. Fourth, Larry Yon. Fifth, Mike Bruno. Sixth, John Hammond. Seventh, DJ Mooring. Eighth, Andrew Bolander. Ninth, Kevin Frias. Matt Tucker is in 10th. Colton Ward 11th. 12th is James Napier. Back behind them is 13th place of Hendricks, 14 of Albright, 15 of Hill, 16 will be Dove, 17 will be Steinkruger, 18th will be Biggert, 19th will be Strickland, 20th will be Allen, 21st will be Andrew, 22nd will be Jonathan, 23rd will be Matt, 24th will be Robert. Back behind them you got Matt and 23rd, Robert and 24th, 25th will be John, 26th will be Chase, 27th will be Michael, 28th will be Todd, 29th will be John, 30th will be Michael, 31st will be Yahir, and rounding out the field will be Dave Steinson. We have 50 laps. Hopefully we can keep majority of them green. That would be, you know, the idea behind a great start would be to go green the entire time. That normally never happens, especially in a hosted event. If you join our Discord, you jump into a race, one of our league sessions, you can definitely tell the racing is, for the most part, much cleaner. Don't get me wrong, we have our fair share of cautions, just like anybody else would, but there is a lot more give and take on a league event versus a hosted event. As we sit here and wait for everybody grid, the pace car will pull off, and the 5 and 24 will follow closely behind him. One of the spotlight drivers we want to keep an eye on tonight is going to be Mr. Culver. He is what I like to call a silent killer. He's never up front until the very end. You never see him coming until he's there. And tonight he qualified extremely well, so I don't think he's going to play the back game too much tonight. He's just going to go to the front, and he's going to try checking out as early as possible, but I could be wrong. You see that freaky fast car. I love that by John Hammond, and I definitely love Retchen's car of the 24. Bruno in the 19 right behind him, and the Molly Machine. Let's look at that beautiful field. Everybody's just ready to go here. As they come around the corner, they're going to get stacked up, and they're going to let them eat. The 5 machine will lead the field, and we'll see if he can't catch anybody sleeping on this green flag start here. Pace car's about to duck off.
Green flag.
Green flag, let's go race. And the number 5 takes off, and that whole bottom line isn't too far behind him as they come into turn 1. Jerry Colfer is going to work the very bottom line. You always want to work the bottom line right on cold tires. It tends to save them. And he is riding on rails up there. Don't count out Bruno yet, though. He's a very quick driver in that 19 machine there. Jerry's going to go up on the high side, and he's just going to start this field off right out of the gate. As the number 5 of Fessner used the apron as much as he could to kind of cut that corner down. And you can see Jerry coming out of the corner there. He's just getting a nice little run on him. Let's go on board with Jerry. Right up against the 5 there. See if he's lifting. Yep, he lifted a bit, and the reason he lifted, you can see the front end of that car came up just a smidge, but he's going to drag race the 5 side by side going down the front stretch. Right now, there's no really big movers. Everybody's just kind of riding around. I think a lot of people are saving tires. That 8 machine back there is John Hammond there in 6th, and he's notorious for staying with the pack but saving some tire at the same time, so we always want to keep an eye on him. And they're going 3 wide in the back there. Nice clean race, and they're working through it. Everybody's nice and calm right now, and Jerry is not giving up that spot on the bottom, and neither is the 5. One of these 2 drivers are going to end up burning up their stuff when it's all said and done. You can throw a blanket over these guys. As Retchen gets into the 11 just a smidge, it looks like they banged doors there for a split second. Look at this. Look at, you just throw a blanket on them back there. It's incredible how close these guys can get together and, you know, keep her straight going down the front stretch. I love this 09 of Mooring too. That's just, that Carolina paint job's super cool. We go back up, it looks like the 5 got back around Jerry, but Jerry is not giving up in that 13 machine. As we ride on board, you can see how close him and Jerry are getting together. I mean, I know you guys are probably getting tired of me saying it, but I mean, you could throw a blanket over these guys. As he comes back up track, you can just see how close they are. And, you know, one mishap could cause the whole thing ablazing. And as you see back there, about 5 spots back, John Hammond moves forward. So far, we are 6 laps out of 50. Green flag racing all the way around. You cannot ask for anything better. And it looks like 2, 4, 6. The top 8 cars are starting to break away a little bit, as you can see a gap. Let's see how far back Colton Ward is from the pack. Let's go in his car. So you can see from his standpoint, that front pack just slowly slipping away. So I'm sure he's going to try getting up there in that draft and try tucking up so he doesn't lose too many spots, because I guarantee you everybody behind this guy is wanting to get around him. As you can see him start moving up. Go back up to the front pack where Retchen finds himself back in 2nd. Jerry Culver looks like he dropped back, but the man on the move right now is John Hammond. You can see John Hammond just working a couple lengths down beneath where the guys are all in a line. You know, once you find a spot where you're happy, you just kind of got to hang out there for a little bit and let that car come back into its own and start picking up the speed. Whoa! As that 25 car he's got places to go, he's got things to do. He isn't waiting around anymore. That driver is Matt Tucker, and he is rolling. He is not, it doesn't look like he's saving it all. He wants to get to the front. He wants to get to the front now. He is already up 6 positions. Alan Kunis is up 10 positions. He's back here in the 2nd pack, but it looks like he's working his way up to the front, so maybe he can lead this pack up and catch that front pack. Oh, a little tap from Retchen there, trying to side draft. And here comes the 25 of Tucker. He is not showing any signs of slowing down anytime soon. He is all over this guy. As he works on Jerry right here, he's going to try getting a little side draft, start moving a little forward, and compete for that starting spot. You can see him clear Retchen right here. He may have gotten to the point where he might have burned some of his tires up too. They're all giving each other plenty of room as he works his way back up. Maybe he had a couple bad corners. You know, that typically happens. I do like that yellow and pink machine as the 11 comes down beneath him, trying to mount a challenge as much as he can, and they're going to go, it looks like they're about to go 3 wide. You know, there's a lot of give and take comes to going 3 wide. You just can't press the issue all the time. And it looks like Jerry's just fading ever so slightly. He could have possibly hurt his stuff up as well. We're going to sit back up here, and we're going to watch this 5 and 25 go at it for a little bit. You could see them in the back. It looks like they were door slamming up there near the back, right on the corner. You could see these guys. They're running so hard, they're scraping the wall, and as John Hammond threads the needle there, I thought he was going to make it 4 wide there for a second, but like I said, when they're 3 wide, you got to give and take, because it's not only going to collect you, it's going to collect everybody around you. No one wants that. You could just look behind Fesner here. Those guys are just sitting there waiting. Tucker's sitting there waiting to pounce this. He's going to dive bomb him coming into the corner. He's going to try getting a run, you know, but he ain't going to be able to make that car stick down there so he can get the run off. Unfortunately, that's kind of what happens when you push so hard right out of the gate. You just burn them tires right up, and I think that's what he's dealing with right now. Oh, the 11 got to 19. The 19 into the wall. Oh, no.
Yeah, did my radio sound bad?
That is horrible. We seen that coming before it even happened. Poor Bruno. Bruno was the one involved in that. Let's go back and take a gander at it. As you can see, the 11 coming up. Bruno's going to get right up to that wall. And as he makes his entry point coming in, the 11 was right there and did not have him cleared. That is very unfortunate. I do believe these guys have a fast repair, so he should be able to get back out on the track there. Let's get a little closer here on the 11 machine. Let's see. Let's find the right camera for this. We'll see if we can't get really... Oh, we want... Look how close this is. Boom. That's all it takes. Just that little bit. So Bruno's coming into the corner, and he just barely touches, and it's going to spin him right around. Right up into the wall. And it looks like Retchen got a little... Oh, Retchen got a lot of it. Spin him sideways and gets right back into 11 there. Very, very unfortunate. These guys will have a fast repair. They'll come into the pits. They'll take 4 tires, probably fill her up full of that Sunoco race fuel, and they'll get back out onto the track and get back after it. You know, it's very early. First caution, they made 17 laps green. That's a lot better than most. As you can see, Culver's taking right sides. You can always tell by the car getting jacked up. Everybody's taking a full round. That 25 is going to get that race off pit road. 13, 8, they're all running as hard as they can to get off pit lane. So we're going to have Fesner, Tucker, Hammond, Bolander, Ward, Culver, Kunis, Napier. Is it Napier? Napier, I bet. Culver and Albright, and Fornes for the top 10. Let's see who we got going on. See where everybody's at. Let's bring Jerry Culver. Ooh, I apologize. I did not mean to click that. Let's bring Mr. Culver up here and see what he has to say about this race thus far and what his plans are to keep moving forward. Jerry, there he is. Jerry Culver, right up here in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, bud, looking at that, that was a phenomenal start, man. You know, I was just kind of wondering, you know, it looks like you started fading back there, you know, as the laps were winding down. Did you end up burning the tires up?
Actually, I didn't. I was only at a 90 right front and a 97 right rear.
Oh, so you were
I
just being conservative on that restart there.
What do you mean?
Just being conservative on the tires on the start of that
Oh
race.
yeah, I could have had the lead a long time ago. I just wasn't trying to push it that hard.
Well, it definitely looked like you were not going to give that uh, that Fesner guy any room at all. You were going to drag race him as long as you had to, just to show him what's up.
Hey, I mean, it's all for fun, right? I
Hey,
mean,
absolutely, and it's a recruitment race. You're obviously already in the league, but it's not. It's not. Don't take this the wrong way, but it's not like you qualify up front too often. So I was really curious to see, how your plan was, going about doing that.
Highline's really fast.
All
You
right.
got to slow down so much to hit the inside lane. So I get a lot of speed out of the high line, and that's what's keeping me up there.
Well,
But I got a speeding in the pits, and now I'm in the back, so hopefully I can crawl back up there.
I see, and I was wondering if you had a bad pit road entry there. So
Yeah, that John Hammond pressured me at the last second. He hit his brakes, and I didn't want to get rear-ended hitting my brakes, so I
you know,
got 52 over.
well, we're at 19 out of 50. We'll be coming at 20 at the green. So you got plenty of racing to be able to
Oh,
get
I'll be
back up
back
there.
up there, sir.
All right, buddy, I'm gonna get you back down there. Good luck to you.
10-4.
That was the 13 machine of Jerry Culver, the Copenhagen machine. He is a dipper. I'm a dipper. I like me some Copenhagen. That Tucker guy, Mr. Tucker's going to be Matt Tucker's going to be a force to be reckoned with, I think, on this restart. Let's get up here in the blimp. Pace car's going to duck off. John Hammond's up against that 5, and John Hammond is not going to let him run away with it. Not on this restart. It looks like he may have lifted, so that 5 did take off from there. Nothing he can't fix or make up. And let's see us get around turn 1. No incidents. Come on, boys. Let's keep her clean and get after it. As you can see, Tucker is making some awesome moves out there. I love watching guys like this. They don't hold back. They run as hard as they can. He has a pack of hyenas behind him. You can see in his cockpit John Hammond on the outside. Well, you can't see in his cockpit. I can see it, but John Hammond's on his outside there, and they're running as hard as they can.
Caution.
Oh, we got another
Tell me what you
yellow.
got.
Let's see what happened here. Robert Fitzpatrick crashed. Let's go back and take a look. Let's take a look at what happened with Mr. Fitzpatrick. Wow. Let's go back here. What a mess. It looks like he was trying to go up. Let's go up to let's look at Retchen. Looks like Retchen was a part of that. Retchen. Let's go closer to him. Oh, there it is. You could see on the outside of him that car is getting loose. The 77 machine of Hill is loose right there. Let's go back a little farther. Three wide, see? And this is what we've been talking about. You have to give and take a little bit, or this is what happens. Hill's on the outside, looking at the 7 as they get closer. Yeah, there it is. They just both got a little sideways there. Go back. Let's get a better camera angle. Let's go. Let's get the blimp view. We'll play this at quarter speed. 25, 7, and 77. 25's coming up, 7's going down, they get collected. And the 7's going to overcorrect right into the 77. Oh, Nathan Bigger looks like he barely squeezed by. Rutchin in the 24 behind him. Got door slammed by the 77 after bouncing off the wall. And then the 7 comes down and hits the 11. The 11 had nowhere to go. Rough break. Like I said, though, I do believe these guys have a fast repair. So we'll see who comes down pit lane. What? These guys can't. These guys can't even pace without getting into each other. Come on, guys. Let's go back. Because we were on board with Tucker here. What happened here? Oh, wow. Oh, they're 4 wide right here. Nope. It looks like John Hammond's coming back up the racetrack in the 8 machine. Oh, Tucker's coming down too. And the 8's coming up. And they're going sandwich Ward right here. Yep. Ward just keeps coming down because the 25's coming down. I bet you he didn't even know Hammond was there. Little misfortune. It's not a deal breaker though. It'll get dealt with. Things like this happen. Especially on a pace lap anyways. It's not really going to hurt anything. These guys are yelling at me to turn my microphone up, so we're going to try doing that real quick while they're pacing around. We'll see if that's much better for them. I'm sure they'll be happy with that. Give them a little message here. As we get going, get around to green flag racing. Rack 'em and restack 'em, boys and girls. We got the 5 starting on the, up front, 22 at Tucker behind him, 8 at Hammond behind him, and Ward in 4th behind them. 4 fast guys about to do some battle. Coming up to the green flag.
Ready, green, 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 green.
And it looks like Fessler is not going to get that jump again as Tucker stays with him on the outside. He is going to clear him, but Tucker's going to stay to the outside, and they're going to run into turn 1. Tucker is going to have a run coming off turn 1, run that high line as the 5 comes up to kind of slow him down. Hammond sitting out there in that 8 freaky fast machine, trying not to get railroaded by these guys on the outside. With these cold tires running on the bottom, it's so hard to keep stuff straight. We got the 38 machine back here, trying to stay positive as he gets freight trained by the 2 cars in front of him, and they made it 3 wide. Let's get into the cockpit with John Hammond, get a view of what he's looking at. As he goes up to the high side, that 21's going to stay down low, coming into the corner. John's going to try getting that run off. Is he going to stay in line, or is he going to go down below? As they both touch the wall, it looked like. He's just going to stay in that draft, and he's going to make Ward pull him around the track for a little bit here. This is also another good way to save a little tire without using everything your car has by making the front car pull you around. We see Bigger back here, slowly but surely working his way up. He is up 10 positions But the man on the move right now is Matt Forns, up 14 positions. He is in the 10 machine. And that white and pink, it's almost looks like kind of like a breast cancer awareness card, but I don't think that's what it is. They're going to drag race down the backstretch here. Three wide back here. Going to keep it nice and clean. It also helps when you cut off that little dog leg by going down to the apron there. You know, it really opens up, and it's just another way of just making the track that much shorter so these guys can get some good hard runs in. You can just hear these cars roaring. Looks like we're going to have a fight for the lead up here as Tucker's pressing the issue just a little more, trying to get by this 5 machine. He gets off the gas, tries not to go up the track to get into the 5. And he just lost too much ground there as that 5 holds on to the first place by sticking it to the outside. And they are going to break away right now from the rest of the field. As you can see the gap there. Nathan Biggert back there, 3 wide. I mean, these guys are just running as hard as they can. Trying to give the 8 room, trying to give the 49 room. That's an awfully bad spot to be into. None of these cars are given anything. Then back behind them, they're 3 wide also, between the 38, the 9, and the 10. As they start to get lined back out. These guys, I mean, you could throw a blanket over these guys. And the front guys up here, back to fighting it off. The 5 pinching him down low, trying to keep Tucker down below. As Tucker slowly edges them coming into the corner, they're going to touch a little bit. That's all right. They're going to keep it straight. And John Hammond's just sitting back here waiting for these guys to make a mistake so he can get up there and pounce. Come back to the field, you can see Biggert. He's running awfully close, trying to utilize that side draft as much as he can, as that 38 machine of Hedrick's is working that middle line. Made it 3 wide. He's slowly but surely working his way up through the field. And Matt Forns in that 10 machine right outside of Biggert there, he is up 15 spots now, letting that 10 machine eat going into it. And Matt Tucker is back up front, and they've just kind of changed roles here as Tucker goes up high and the 5 goes down low coming into 3 and 4. We'll see if Tucker can't stay in the gas so he can get around this 5 and clear him. But these 2 guys are not giving any room for either one of them. They're running tight. They're utilizing the side draft. And as you can see, John Hammond is slowly creeping in on him. This is the view from John Hammond's cockpit. As you can see, the 5 and the 25 just bouncing off of each other ever so slightly. Trying to get up to the front. I'm sorry, the 22. I think it shows 25 on his race car, though. It sure does. And that's what I'm going off of. So if I'm calling the numbers out wrong as you're watching the broadcast, don't read into it. I have 3 different programs going on. They all say different numbers. It's all good, though. Look at those guys door slamming, and it's doing. Oh wow, that was nothing but intentional. I don't know if the yellow's going to get tossed for that or not. It looks like he took himself out. What in the world? And he's just sitting on the track. They need to throw this yellow. I'm going to go tell him to throw the yellow. Nope. It looks like he jumped to the pits. He was telling. That's what he was doing. And I believe he just left the server. Very unfortunate. That 100% looked intentional. Cars typically don't snap up like that, and you know, I don't know if it was because they were just racing hard. Rubbin is racing, and John Hammond takes the lead. Like I was saying the whole time, he was just sitting there creeping on these guys, waiting for an opportunity to pounce. And now that 8 machine Freaky Fast is just up there doing what he does, being freaky fast. Let's see, who is moving forward. Chase Harden back here, up in 14 spots in that Hardee's machine. I mean, it almost looks like that old car off of Days of Thunder, that they raced in. I mean, really, really, really like that paint scheme. Appreciate the hard work that goes into these cars. I mean, painting a car and doing all the decals, isn't as easy as what people might think it is. Brad Dove up here in the 25 machine, working on Ward, trying to get up there to him, and he's going to try closing that gap so he can put his hat in the ring next. And it looks like Tucker and Ward has caught up to John Hammond. Up in the wall in the back, hit the Hardee's machine. Is he going to straighten it out?
There will be a caution.
Nope, he did not straighten it out. Let's go back, check on this caution. With 11 laps to go, these guys got who's going to get tires. Hammond is up front as this yellow comes out, which really, really sucks because when you're in the lead and there's 10 laps to go and you have to make that decision. Do you come into pits? If you come into pits and get tires and everybody else stays out, do you have enough laps on new tires, or is new tires going to make that big of a difference? And, it'll be probably eight to go, 7 to go by the time we go green. Is it going to be enough to go through the pack if everybody stays out? My guess is no. I'm going to go with no. I don't think it is. But if he comes in and everybody comes behind him, it's an equal playing field. They are going to come in. Is anybody going to stay out is the question. Looks like Mr. Hammond is going to have everybody in, which is the good thing for him. That's what he wanted to see. He did not want anybody else to stay out, just for the simple fact that if nothing pans out, then you're kind of SOL there, and you definitely don't want to deal with that. We're going to end up dragging Hammond up here right after his pit and see what his plan is coming off pit road and what he's going to do. As the race off pit, he didn't have a great, you know what? I wonder if. Let's go back here. Let's go to Tucker. Let's see if... No, he took lefts. He did take 4 tires. So my guess is John Hammond just didn't have the pit stop that he wanted. We're going to drag him up. John Hammond riding in the booth. You got me?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, so what happened there on pit road? Did you just a little slow
where?
off there?
Losing these positions?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it just coming in. I took 4 tires, so we'll see. It's fast. Nate stayed out, but then he decided to come back in. But we'll see what happens. Now it's just it's going to be an 8-lap floor it, and I'm gonna just run that high line.
Just let her eat. 8 laps ain't going to burn them up, so you got all the room to work with, and I'm sure you were wondering, coming into pit road, praying to God everybody else followed you, because I don't know if 8 laps would be enough to get back through the whole field if they were to stay out.
No, I think if I came in, everyone was going to come in. It's 25 laps or so on those tires. You got, I was in third with those guys there, and they were banging on each other, and one got frustrated and banged the other guy a little hard, but got the first. I don't know if I would have held these guys off if it had stayed green.
Yeah, that
we'll
pink
see.
That pink and yellow machine behind you of Tucker, it looks like he's been bad fast. So I think you're going to have your hands full with him. I'll let you get back down there.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Get ready to get your mind right, and get ready for this last stint.
Yep.
That was Mr. John Hammond. He is actually the owner of ChopShop Racing. As you could tell, he's a very open cat. He'll talk to anybody about anything, help you as much as he can. We got a couple episodes on the YouTube channel, or I can't say a couple. We have one episode of me and him doing a podcast together. Anything you want to know about iRacing or league iRacing, he's the man to talk to. He's not going to give you all the secrets to the speed, but he'll definitely help you as much as he possibly can as we get ready to go green here. Coming down the backstretch, going to go around turn 3 and 4. They're going to stack them up, and it looks like the pace is going to slow. You got to love good restarters like this. The secret to a good restart is it all falls on the leader. And if the leader doesn't slow down, you can't stack the rest of the guys up behind them. So what you're going to see here is the accordion effect. But now everybody's pulling up. Everybody's going to be tight knit. They're not going to, gang a bunch of speed coming out, but they are going to have to follow that Geico restart zone. We got Albright and Forns up there. They're about to duel it as we go green.
Green, green, green.
And that 10 machine gets a beautiful jump. Look at the gap he left behind him. John Hammond kind of gets hung up behind the 49 coming in turn 1 and 2. It is going to be no holds bar racing right now. As you can see, the 21 car trying to make a move, trying to find any room to get around these guys. The 25 hanging back there, but that 21 is pressing as hard as he possibly can. That 10 car that's exactly what he wants to see in his rearview mirror, as those guys fighting for position as much as they possibly can, just so he can continue to pull away. And as they start straightening out, get their lines figured out, they're going to start reeling him in nice and slow.
Caution.
With another yellow coming out.
Tell me what you got.
This is pretty typical, when you always have 5, 7, 8, single digit shootouts like this. It's like they're racing at Talladega. There's just no give and take at all, and I expect nothing less. That 10 machine of Forness. I apologize if I butchered your name, Mr. Forness. Matt Forness got a heck of a jump. I'm trying to find out where this yellow took place here. Let's kind of go to the back here. Let's look at Jerry. Let's see if Jerry's seen anything. Let's go back. We'll see if we can't see what happened from Jerry's point of view. There it is. It's going to be the 98 machine. The Whataburger machine. I was just hyping him up so much during the practice session. Where is his car at? 98. This is the problem when you're running multiple apps. Sometimes you can't see what is going on. And Culver did see it all. Let's get in the cockpit of Culver. Oh, looks like Bruno got into the wall. Let's quarter speed this. Bruno's going to come up to that 8 machine, and they touched. I mean, that was a little netcode, but they were going to touch. He's trying to save it. You could see him turn right to save it. Oh, man, and Culver got involved in it too. Culver comes down, hits the 60. The 98 has nowhere to go. It's very unfortunate. That's racing, though, ladies and gentlemen. That is racing. Well, we're going to have a. I would assume I didn't create the room, but I'm assuming we're going to have a green-white checkered. What in the world are these guys doing? Let's go back to the 38 here as he goes down the pit road and smashes the wall. Let's see what happened here. Where is the 38 machine? Oops. Go back. I believe that's Ward. Let's see. Yep, that's definitely Ward. Colton Ward, I believe is who that is. Nope, it's not Colton Ward. It's Chase Harden. Is that who it is? Nope, it's not Chase Harden either. But we can watch it from Chase Harden's point of view. Looks like he was just kind of messing around and warming tires up, maybe. Weaving back and forth, trying to get some heat built in those tires. Oh, back to green. Oh my goodness! They're gonna wreck right on the restart. Right, they just. Oh no, Chase Harden taking a plummet. Let's go back. Let's watch what happened here. Sometimes this is how the racing goes: is caution after caution and replay after replay. We better go back even farther. It looks like. Let's pause it. Let's go to the blimp. Let's watch it. So you can see the 21 tied up against the 25. And the 25 just has a huge gap to the 49. For whatever reason, maybe he was trying to set it up to get a run. When we do our league races, we have to be bumper to bumper, so you can't get a run on a restart like this. It's just a disadvantage to everybody. Yep, and you can see the 9 and the 25 getting into it. The 25 is going to come up, hit the wall. The 09 is going to go down below and try saving it. The 25 ducks down to try to avoid that. The 9 is then going to overcorrect, come back. You can tell he's locking up the brakes, trying not to get into these drivers. And unfortunately, you know, that's what transpired. No, we are not going to have a green-white checkered. So John Hammond is going to win the race. That is not. John Hammond loves to win. Let's just get that out of the way right now. John Hammond loves winning. But if I were him, I don't want to win a race like that. I want to win it under green flag. And you know, sometimes you can do that, sometimes you can't. It's just I thought the guys had green whites on. Evidently they didn't. So we're going to go over the race results and see how everything transpired. John Hammond with your win. ChopShop Racing league owner. Like I said, you can always go in there and talk to him. Brad Dove coming up and getting second place, moved 14 spots. Good job, Brad Dove. Chase Albright, number 3. Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. in 4th, and he was up 20 spots. He is going to be your biggest mover of the race. Jonathan Nance in 5th. 6th is going to be John Fassbender Sr. 7th is going to be Dylan Kruger. 8th is going to be Andrew Bolander. 9th is going to be Matt Tucker. 10th is going to be Jerry Culver. 11th is going to be Matt Furness. 12th is going to be DJ Mooring. 13th, Colton Ward. 13th, Colton Ward. 14th, Chase Harden. 15th, Nate Bigger. 16th, Michael Gervey. 17th, Davey Hendricks. 18th, Alan Kunis. I apologize, man. I'm butchering everybody's name. This is just horrible of me. James Napier, 19th. Mike Bruno, 20th. Jason Fessler, 21st. And he was the main leader, 90% of the race. Mark Retchen in 22nd. Andrew in 23rd. 24th, Alex Hill. 25th, Larry Yon. 26th, Kevin Frias. 27th, Carl Mason. That is, I've never seen that last name ever spelled like that. That's very unique. 28th, Michael Strickland. 29th, Todd Cleveland. 30th, John West. 31st, Michael Martin. Rodriguez will get 32nd. Dave Steitzen will get 33rd. And that will round out your field. What a good fought hard race on everybody's part. They tried to go green as long as they possibly could. It was a phenomenal race, and I have zero complaints. I'm sure John Hammond is going to come back and say a win's a win, and no one can blame him for that. It was good hard racing. We are going to go back and we're going to look at some of those wrecks later on. Like I said, it looked like that 5 machine definitely intentionally hit the 25 machine of Tucker. So, and that's just something that's never tolerated in any league. So it is what it is. Again, check out our YouTube channel. In the description below, we have our Facebook link, our Discord link, our website. You can go in there, ask any questions about joining that you would like, and, see what happens. I don't know if we'll be doing another race tonight. If we will, stay tuned. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, the little bell notification. And again, don't do anything I wouldn't do. And if you do, take pictures. I'm signing off. Have a good evening.